So I simply looked at her in her face and I said, I've got a train to catch and I'm not gonna miss it. I'm back again. Hello lovelies, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is going to be a bit different. I'm going to do a story time. This one's going to be a bit interesting, but I basically do Instagram live videos like quite often, and I often tell stories on there. And I told this particular story, I think it was like a few weeks ago, and there was like, you need to do a YouTube video about story time. So here we go. I hope you guys find it funny, but at the time, yeah, it was irritating. So just to give you a bit of background, obviously, you know, I've been doing makeup stuff for about a year now. Not only the YouTube channel, but like freelance and so on for about just over a year. And I've had some interesting clients. And because I don't drive yet either, I have to take the train up and down the UK to basically visit the clients. But I need to make this money, so I'm willing to travel as long as you cover those expenses. So yeah, there was one day when this gal, let's call her Mary. Mary's such a let's call her Mary. Yeah, I've known Mary for a bit because I used to be in ministry with her. I used to be in this gospel group called I'm not even gonna bait out the name because who's got time for that. But yeah, I used to sing in the gospel group a few years back, and she was like a part of the evangelist team. So let's just say I know her from church. So I've known her for a few years. She reached out to me. She was like, she wants to get her makeup done alongside with her friend for her friend's dad's surprise birthday party. So I was like, okay, calm. Obviously sorted out the prices and so on. And she was like, from now on you're going to be in contact with the friend because she wanted the makeup done in the first place. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, so I think our numbers were exchanged. And I think I spoke to the friend once, but I think majority of the time I was literally just communicating with Mary, because whenever I would message the other girl, I'd be like, oh, what looks do you want? There'll be no responses. So I was like, okay, dead. I'm gonna just contact Mary and boom, select. Thinking, let me call the other girl Sally. These names, Sally and Mary. So the booking was down in London. As you guys know, I live in Birmingham, but it's not really a problem like traveling. So as long as I'm told in advance and I can book the ticket in advance. Because on Virgin Fare Finder it's only £8. Plus on Chiltern, if you've got a rail card, it's only £3.65 one way to London. Okay, thank you later. Right. And bear in mind, the day before, Mary was like, okay, Sally's gonna send you her home address so you can obviously try and figure out your journey, all sorts. So I said, calm, cool. And bear in mind that Sally was going to message me. I'm in no way responsible to be messaging her constantly, especially if her replies are not consistent. Just like, okay, Sally said she's going to email, no, message me, so I'm waiting for her message or now. So now it's a day later and I'm actually in London and I'm traveling to London now. Sorry, I'm in London, so on, and I'm making my way. But do I even know where I'm going? But I think the booking was around like 4. I got there in good time. I got there for about like 1:30. So I thought, okay, there's something going on at my church based in Wembley, back in London. So I thought, let me just go, obviously visit people, say hello, since I don't see my church people a lot back in London. So I went there, obviously talking to people, socialising, all sorts. All now, has Shine received a message for where the address is? But I'm waiting, you know. I'm still waiting. So I was like, shh, rah. It's now 3:30. Have I received a message? No. You know when you can tell when it's going to be a bad day for when somebody does not even message you their home address to actually get to the house to do the client's makeup in time. Just have that gut feeling like, no, it's not going to be a good day. But I thought, you know what? Positive thinking, positive mind. It might be okay. Plus, my train to get back home is at 8 o'clock. Yeah, to buy another train ticket, no, unless they were going to pay for that. So obviously I was on a time limit. So I finally called Sally. I said, hey Sally, now I'm waiting for the address. She's like, oh yes, I'm going to send it to you right now. Locked off, you know. When she locked off, I was just like, not even like, oh, did you get to London safely? Oh, Okay, so now it's like 5 to 4, yeah. Still haven't received any message of the address. I said, you know what? I might just chill for the rest of the day and go home. I ain't got time. Then I called Mary. Sorry, I need to remember the names that I gave them because I was about to bait out their names anyway. I called Mary. I said, okay, no worries, no problem. She finally sent it to me. Luckily, it wasn't far. It was at Harrow, and Wembley to Harrow is not far. So I think I got there like 4:15, so only 15 minutes late, considering considering I only received the address, what, a few minutes before 4. So I got there in good time, if you ask me. So I get there now and Mary and Sally's there. So I was like, hey guys, hey, how are you? She's like, no, get in the car, get in the car. I said, what? So we're going to my mum's house. I was like, obviously, I'm a bit hot and flustered, yeah. I just finished traveling. I was like, okay, cool, let's just go in the house. Tell me to get in the car, we're going to mum's house. I was like, okay, no attitude there. I was like, cool. Bear in mind, when I got into the car, there was literally no space and so on in the back. There was like candles and bracelets, all kind of random stuff on the seats. And I was just like, okay. So literally, the friend started driving, Sally started driving, and Mary was in the passenger. Obviously I was at the back. So I was like to Sally, it's like, hey, I was like, we're going to your mum's house. Then I was like, what's wrong with your house? She said that there's too much stuff in there, it's very cluttery. So I was like, fair enough, cool. And she was like, oh, by the way, my mum wants her makeup done as well. What? So I said, okay, is she willing to pay the money for the makeup? She's like, yeah, sure, definitely. I said, okay, cool, 3 people's makeup, I'll try and get it done. So we get to the mum's house around 4:30. My train's at 8. Bear in mind, I got to leave at least half an hour before to get back to Marylebone to get my train back to Birmingham. I've all got a rush, it's a bit long. So I get to the house now. Bear in mind, like, the area, listen, no judgment zone. But I was scared because, listen, there were smashed windows in cars. I remember there were 2 rats running together like it was a date. I said, that's disgusting, okay? It's just clutter, litter everywhere. I said, oh my gosh, it's just too much. So I remember getting out the car and so on. I had to walk up the stairs. It's like at the back of how can I explain? I had to walk up bare flights of stairs. And I was walking past like houses, and so literally got out of the car, ran to the stairs because who's trying to get touched by rats? Not me. So I was walking upstairs with my stuff and so on. Tell me why I walked past the back of a Chinese shop, restaurant at that. What? And the man, yeah, had like, I remember he had like, you know, them like thick knives and so on, you know, when you used to chop the meat or whatever, and he was shouting at one of his workers, and I was like, wow, it's a bit disturbing. Literally, it was kind of like you're walking up the stairs and a little right, then up the stairs. It was weird. It's just like back of the restaurant, so and so. And then we finally got to the flat or house. Yeah, house. So I literally got in now. So as soon as I walked into the house, so I walked up the stairs, and there was clutter everywhere. No walking space. I was thinking, how do people live in a hoarder, like cluttered environment? Don't you get ill? It's just too much. Don't you think, oh, I've got guests, let me just clean up something, dash it over there? No, not even that. Welcome to my mother's home. She's like, oh, wait here, Bear in mind, Mary was like, oh, I've got to go, so see you later. So I was just like, am I not doing your makeup then, or what? She's like, oh, I've got to go do something, but have fun, I know they're gonna look great. I said, okay, cool. So I'm there waiting, yeah. I think she went into the room, started talking to her brother, and I heard whispers and like little like shuffling, and I was thinking something is dodgy, and I don't trust these people or this house. So about 10 minutes later, bear in mind I'm looking at the time and I was like, well, there's gonna be other people's makeup I have to do, then boom set, I've got to be quick. She came out the room now, she's like, if you just wait upstairs, I'll take you upstairs, you can wait in the room. So I was like, okay, so she took me to a room, but her brother was there. Bear in mind, I don't know these people, you know. So she left me in there and shut the door. I don't know this person, I'm in the room alone with this person, and she's gone back downstairs. I'm just a bit funny about them kind of stuff, innit? So we literally wait in the room now, and the guy, I think he was watching tennis at the time, and he was literally just like, do you like tennis? I was like, ew. I said, no, I'm not a fan, but okay. I probably was in the room for about 5 minutes, but you know when something's so awkward and it feels like you're in there forever, like for hours, and I was like, please, let Sally come and get me. She finally came back now, I went back downstairs, she's like, okay, you'll be doing the makeup in this room. Just fix that camera. Praise him. Yeah, so went in the room now, and her mum came in and she sat down. I was like, hi, are you okay? She's like this.
Make me look fabulous.
Hi, how are you? Yeah, I'm good. You? Yeah, I'm gonna make you. Don't be throwing out demand, especially when it wasn't even you I was supposed to do the makeup on. But anyway, I'm getting money shy. That's all that was going through my head that day. I was like, Shy, you're getting good money. You take your money, you deal with it, and you bounce, okay? And you do what you need to do. And then Sally comes out the room, and I hear whisper. She comes back in. She's like, oh yes, my cousins and my sisters, and also my sister, if that's okay. There's probably about 5 of them in total. That wasn't the agreement, and I've got a time limit. And I had to say to myself, Shy, you know you want the money, right? But at the same time, you've got to be wise. So I said to her, because obviously Mary, I didn't do her makeup in the end because she had to go somewhere or go and set up the hall, whatever. So I said, I have space for at least 2 more people. And I was like, because you did not tell me you had your aunties and your cousins and your cats and your dogs and your giraffes makeup to be done also, I'm not going to be able to do that because that was not communicated. So I was just thinking, you know what, if these extra people are going to be added into the makeup life, let me charge a bit, like 10 more pounds or so, because they're going to pay it. Because you're really just messing with my time. You're making me stressed out. I'm hard and bothered. Why not make a little bit extra change on top of the average thing that I charge or whatever? Might as well. So I start doing the mum's makeup now, and she's just looking so like over it. And you know, obviously, like, I think the family was African. Obviously, I'm not African, I'm Jamaican, so I did not understand. I think they were a Nigerian family. I did not understand anything that they were saying. But I find it rude when you're speaking a different language in front of me, so you know I don't understand. And you could tell she was being rude as she was talking about me. And I was like, let me just do a little ching on her eyebrow. What about that? Maybe if I just jerk her eye a little bit, then it will just kind of discipline her. But I was like, Cheyenne, you're trying to create a brand. So obviously, if you want full glam in that and you want to look fabulous, in her words, it will at least take me an hour or just under an hour to do a full face. It's just normal. So 30 minutes into it, she was just like, she was talking, and then Sally was like, how long are you gonna be? I said to her, she want a full glam, right? Yeah, she's gonna get that full glam, so I'll be like another 10, 15. Finish her makeup now, and I do the sister's makeup. So I'm doing it. At this point, I'm now over it. I'm tired and I'm bending my back. I'm just like, oh, everything's just a bit long. Did her makeup, moving on, and now I'm doing Sally's makeup, yeah? And bear in mind, this is the girl that's most enthusiastic about getting her makeup done. She drove me to the house, all of that stuff. And it's now 7 o'clock. So I said to her, I'm sorry, I've got a train to catch and you guys aren't buying me another train ticket. So I'm gonna have to rush you, unfortunately. And then I'll be on my way. She was like, no problem. Did her makeup now. I'm telling you, probably her out of her sister and her mum. She looks so nice, yeah, and that's not me toot my own horn. She actually looked nice. So I show her the makeup now. She's like, oh, can you just use some different lashes? No, you agreed to those ones. We can just fix this and I don't know what she was even pointing at yet because everything was blended to the guards. So I don't get what the problem was. And at that time I didn't care either. So I simply looked at her in her face and I said, I've got a train to catch and I'm not gonna miss it. So I was like, you're done. So I started packing up. By me, and I just did not care. So I was packing up, yeah. Guess what Sally says to me? Oh, you need to be very quick because you're gonna miss your train. How are you telling me to fix something in your eyes, but then now you're trying to rush me because you say I'm gonna miss my train? As far as I'm concerned, you did not even care in the first place. I thought to be bad man and tell her, well, at the end of the day, you need to hurry up and wash your armpits because your BO is very strong. I'm telling you, all of them was just it was a strong stink and I could not breathe. Bear in mind, look at me, little old me. I had to work through that, okay? But I was like to her, I'm aware of the time and you're gonna be dropping me to the station, right? She's like, oh, I'll drop you to the station around the corner. And I looked at her and I'm telling you, I was getting so mad. I was like, Cheyenne, calm down, pack your stuff away. You're gonna get money. So I've packed up my stuff now. So walking out the house now and I'm walking in front of her with my stuff. All I hear is, ah! I turned around. Didn't Sally drop with her tonk uphill behind you. You know when you drop like this and you're walking, you're like, and she did some neck scream. She was like this, yeah, on the stairs. I died. I was like, well, that's what happens when you're just a little bit of a punk. But yeah, she was like, okay, get in the car, get in the passenger. So I got in the passenger. Her brother comes now, he's like,
sit at the back.
I said, who are these people talking about sitting in the back? I said, please. And he looked at me and I was like, okay, whatever. So it's now me, Sally driving, and Sally's brother in the passenger. And I think their intention was to drop me to the station and go straight to the party because they were already like 2 hours late, for the surprise. So driving now, and I'm tired, I'm ready to go home, and I already know I'm gonna miss this train because it's just too late. So then I get to the station now, and I'm about to get out. I was like, okay, see you later. And it's like, oh, thank you so much. And I clocked, hold on, where's my money? These people were gonna drop me and not pay me. So I got back in the car and I was like, hi, I didn't get paid. She was like, oh yeah. You know, you can tell someone's face they were intentionally, she wasn't gonna pay me. But at this point now, I've already confirmed I'm gonna miss that train. But if I'm gonna miss the train, I'm at least gonna have enough money to even buy another one. If not, then just go home balling. So I made her go back and go to a cash point, yeah? Okay, and she dragged that money. She's like, here you go. I was like, stink, why should you just have an attitude? Pay me in the first place. So she drives back to the station now, and I was like, have a great day, have a great, lovely birthday party. Did she say anything? Because she's vexed she had to drop that money because she had a master plan that she wasn't gonna pay me, but I got my money. Yeah. But luckily my train was delayed and I managed to get that train. I got home and I rested and I cried a bit. Are these the people I'm gonna have to really deal with? And I really had to question myself if I really wanted to be a makeup artist, a mobile makeup artist, or not, because it's just too much. But luckily since then I had no mad, well, I have had some interesting clients, but not as worse as that one. Too much. But yeah, that's it. Never heard from them again. Haven't even heard from Mary, the girl that I actually used to talk to. But life that we live. Please remember to share, comment, subscribe, and like. Oh, I got that in the wrong order. But yeah, do all of those things. Most importantly, subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Ta-da!